Mi gente, discúlpenme por la tardanza, me tardé un poquito, ¿verdad? Unos cuantos minutos más tarde, pero estamos aquí. Nada, quiero empezar saludando a mi gente de Puerto Rico, a mi gente, a todos los boricuas de Puerto Rico, los Estados Unidos y el mundo entero. Saludos a ustedes, mi gente. Quiero saludar a mi gente hispanoamericana, incluyendo a los mexicanos. A mi gente de Chicago y a los Estados Unidos en general, la mejor nación del mundo. ¡Hurra! Nada, mi gente, vamos a hablar hoy de esta futura rivalidad. Esto es una futura rivalidad entre Edgar Berlanga y David Morel. Ya yo lo veo venir. Ya yo lo veo venir eso ya está ahí. Eso ya se está hablando. Estos dos chamacos son muy buenos, muy buenos. Estos dos muchachos tienen un gran futuro, ¿verdad? Pero nada, yo quiero hacer unas comparaciones, ¿verdad? Unas comparaciones para ver cuál es la diferencia entre ellos. No estoy diciendo cuál va a ganar entre ellos dos. Eso solamente se va a saber cuando se enfrenten. El día que se enfrenten, se va a saber cuál de los dos es el mejor. ¿Ok? Un poquito de café, hombre, que eso me tarda un poquito, me está haciendo el cafecito. Nada, yo quiero, ¿verdad? Que ustedes entiendan que yo lo que quiero hacer aquí es una comparación hasta el día de hoy, ¿ok? Esto no es que yo quiera decir, que Edgar Berlanga se lo gana de seguro, o que David Morel se va a ganar la Edgar. No. Yo voy a Edgar Berlanga. Ese es mi gallito de Puerto Rico, y yo voy a él. ¿Sabes? Yo voy a Edgar Berlanga. Yo entiendo que Edgar Berlanga tiene para ganarse a cualquiera. Invito a Daniel, el muchacho de Cuba, lo invito a que esté por ahí también. Este video yo lo quiero hacer en inglés, pero quiero invitar a este muchacho. No sé si él habla inglés, pero si no, pues hablamos en español, no hay problema. But we're gonna keep talking in English, okay? Because yesterday I made my live stream in Spanish, okay? So we're gonna keep talking in English. Right now, I want you to know that I wanna put this debate aside, because I talk about this in one of my videos about these two guys, these two prospects, because they're two prospects. I think they're the two biggest prospects in the super middleweight division: Edgar Berlanga and David Morel. Okay, so if you know about someone else that is on that division, that is on the level of these two guys, you can mention him. Okay, but right now I don't think there's another guy who is better than these two guys, or a better prospect. So I just want to start by asking you people. I got four people right there. José R., ¿has podido hablar con Edgar Berlanga? No he hablado con Edgar Berlanga, José. Saludos a ti, bienvenido. Yo con el que hablo es con el tío de él, con Luis. Luis lo que me ha dicho en relación a Edgar es que Edgar pelea en septiembre. Edgar acaba de ser papá, ¿verdad? Me imagino que por eso es que lo han atrasado, ¿verdad? Un poco, porque me imagino que él está con su familia y pasar un tiempito con su familia. Él ha peleado mucho. Me imagino que por eso es que lo tienen aguantadito, y puede ser que pelee a mediados de agosto o principios de septiembre, puede ser que pelee. Ahora mismo él se convirtió en papá en estos días, ¿verdad? Si no me equivoco, esta misma semana se convirtió en papá, y por eso es que él se está cogiendo el briquecito, me imagino yo. Pero nada, Edgar Berlanga, estaremos hablando con él en un futuro. Yo ahora mismo no me preocupo mucho por eso, ¿sabes? Yo no, en realidad no. ¿Sabes? Yo soy fanático de Edgar Berlanga y voy a seguir hablando de él. Y si en algún momento tenemos la oportunidad de hablar con él, pues hablaremos con él, ¿verdad? Eso me imagino que en algún momento llegará. Pero verdaderamente, ¿verdad? No es algo que en realidad yo esté buscando, ¿sabes? No estoy buscando eso, ¿sabes? Si se da, pues bien, pues si no, pues también, ¿sabes? Seguimos hablando de él, seguimos apoyándolo y seguimos ahí con él, tú sabes, que no hay problema, ¿verdad? Si si podemos entrevistar algún día a Luis, que es el más que se comunica con nosotros, Luis Berlanga, que es su tío, pues hablamos con Luis Berlanga. Este, en estos días tuve la oportunidad de hablar con él, pero no, con Edgar no. Y ha sido por texto, o sea, con texto. O sea, Luis Berlanga es tremenda persona y él es el que nos mantiene, ¿verdad? Está al tanto de las cosas que están pasando con Edgar. But nothing, family. It is what it is. I haven't speak with Edgar yet. I don't even know him. I don't know if he knows me. I know him because I know him because he's famous. But it's not like I know him in person or I have talked to him even by message or nothing. I haven't speak to him by message or anything like that. Just to his uncle, Luis Berlanga. But we're gonna see if in the near future we could speak with him. Okay. We're gonna speak. I guess I'm gonna speak with him. I guess I'm gonna have the chance to speak with Edgar Berlanga, and that's gonna be. I guess it could be, and I hope it could be real soon. I really like to have a discussion with Edgar Berlanga and ask him some things, and because he loves Puerto Rico, man. The guy loves Puerto Rico, and here today, I want to show you something right here. Let me show you something. I want to show you a couple of things because the first thing I want to ask you is, who do you think? Who do you think is a better prospect between Edgar Berlanga and David Morel? Who do you think is a better prospect? You can say whoever you want. Okay, there's no problem with that. If you think it's David Morel, you go ahead and say it. If you think it's Edgar Berlanga, you go ahead and say it. The other thing is who's a better puncher? Who's a better puncher? That's the other thing that I want to ask you. And the last thing is who's a better draw between Edgar Berlanga and David Morel? I'm gonna give you my response, and then you might know them already. Okay, I think Edgar Berlanga is a better puncher. I think he's one of the if not the best puncher in that weight class, he's one of the top two. Okay, one of the top two. He's a better prospect because he was prospect of the year last year, and he's a bigger draw. Okay, Puerto Ricans just go out and support their fighters. They don't care. They just want to support their fighters. David Morel and Cuban people they just don't they're not in the same level as supporting their fighters as we support our fighters. It's not the same thing. Okay, I can ask something else. Who's a better boxer? Who's a better boxer? By me watching them, the two of them, I think that David Morel is a I can say he's a little bit better boxer than the Edgar Berlanga, and in the sense that David Morel has a longer reach. He's a lefty, and he's a crafty guy. He's kind of dirty. He knows how to. He's got his tricks. He's gonna hit you behind the head a couple of times. He's gonna use his elbows. He's gonna do because he has those long arms. It is better for him to do those things. It is easier for him to do those things. It doesn't mean that because he's not taller than Edgar Berlanga. They're the same height. Edgar Berlanga is 6'1", and David Morel is 6'1" as well. But David Morel has a 78 reach advantage. Edgar Berlanga has 73 reach. Okay, so there's a big difference there. But in boxing that doesn't matter because even Mike Tyson fought almost all the fighters he fought were taller than him and longer than him. Okay, so that's not really an advantage. It could be an advantage in this weight class because when the weight class is a little bit smaller, the reach advantage helps a lot better and more when you have a good jab. And David Morel has a good jab, so I will give him a slight advantage in the boxing department. Okay, in the boxing department. The other thing that I wanted to ask about is who has fought the better opposition. Okay, we could say that David Morel started his first 4 fights fighting better opposition than Edgar Berlanga. There's no there's no question about that. I'm not going to even argue about it, okay? Because we all know that David Moore has fought. He fought the undefeated guy, Lennox Allen, who was 22 and 0 with 12 knockouts, I think it was, okay? And then he fought Gabrowski, who was a guy who had fought fight better opposition and a guy who had a pretty good record, okay? But still, who has fought the best of opponent? I think Edgar Berlanga fought the best opponent in Demon Nicholson. Even though Demon Nicholson had 3 losses, he's a guy who had fought Jesse Hart, and he hurt Jesse Hart. And Jesse Hart is one of the top middleweight and light heavyweight fighters right now. He's one of the top super middleweight fighters and light heavyweight fighters. And Devin Nicholson gave this guy a great fight. I even think that the referee helped this guy, Jesse Hart, get the knockout against Devin Nicholson. Okay, so I just think that because if you take a look at the record of Lennox Allen, the guy didn't fought anybody, man, anybody. You know, a Allen who fought and David Morel and lasted him because the guy the guy is a boxer. You know, he's a boxer. He's not a puncher. Morel that never got this guy in trouble. He never put him in trouble. He never hurt him. He never knocked him down. I think that David Morel fought the guy, and the guy just had a pretty good. Even though David Morel beat him pretty easy, pretty easy. The fight was an easy fight. He beat him almost all the rounds, but at the same time, Devin Nicholson, who is a fighter who has fought better opposition, Edgar Berlanga just destroyed this guy, man. Edgar Berlanga didn't knock out this guy because this guy just was trying to survive. And Edgar Berlanga was the first time he got through the first round. The first time in his career, okay? The first time in Edgar Berlanga's career going through the first round. So you're not going to tell me that Edgar Berlanga going through the first round for the first time in his career is going to come out and just fight like he has fought on more rounds before, okay? But I think it was good for him to go 8 rounds. It was good for him because he needs that. He needs to make more rounds. He needs to fight more rounds. He needs to get more rounds in the pocket because when you're a fighter and you're knocking out everybody in the first round, you're gonna have to go to and fight more rounds. It's gonna the day is gonna come where you're gonna have to fight more rounds. Okay, so it's not like he's gonna knock out everybody in the first round or even knock out everybody. Because there are fighters like I was saying the other day. There are fighters who are in there to win the fight by decision. To win the fight by decision. They're not gonna go out there and just go toe to toe with a puncher like Edgar Berlanga because Edgar Berlanga is a puncher, and anybody who goes in there and try to knock him out, there's big possibility that he's gonna get knocked out. Okay, so I want to go over here and show you something. Okay, I want to go over here and show you something. Let me just over here. Just get this out of here. And let's go over here. Let's go over here. I want to show you something over here. I want to show you something that I saw today because I'm saying the Edgar Berlanga is the biggest draw, and I'm not just saying it because I want to say it. It's because he's the biggest draw. He's gonna be right now. He's one of the biggest draws in boxing, and he still hasn't even fought a main event yet. A main event. Okay, so let's go over here. Let's go over here. My history right here. Let's go over here. So let's check this game announcement, because today was the Xbox E3, but they're showing
Coming later in
games from all
2021.
the
Esports Boxing
consoles
Club
and
brings you the greatest
the
fight roster in
and the
video
PC.
game history. With
Take a
over
look at this.
200 fighters already signed, we've got some of the biggest and most anticipated names.
Greatest of all time.
From the absolute legends of the sport to the most exciting names in boxing today. The first women's division ever represented in a video game. And the hottest new talent.
There it is. The hottest new talents. There's Edgar Berlanga. I don't see any other prospects over here. I think there's another one. Let me see. But Edgar Berlanga is one of the hottest new stars in boxing. Okay, everybody knows that. Even Mikey Garcia said it. He's been in Univision. He was being interviewed there. They talk about him in a video that they showed you yesterday, where they were talking about him before he fought on Demon Nicholson. He had 16 knockouts in the first round, and in the ABC, I think it was, or CBS. Edgar Berlanga is a guy who's just a draw right now. Virgil Ortiz. That's
Take
another
a closer
problem.
look at the next-gen visuals and gameplay. Take a closer look at the next-gen visuals.
You got Edgar Berlanga, Virgil Ortiz, and
Take a closer look at the next-gen visuals and gameplay that are set to make ESPC the greatest of all
I know
time.
Virgil Ortiz is one tough guy. Okay, Virgil Ortiz is one tough guy. So I wanna go over here. I want to show you something else. So what I want to show you, I have shown this before. Okay, I have shown this before. I want to show it to you once again. Okay, so we're gonna go to David Morel. Boxer. David Morel, the boxer. Okay, over here. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. And I'm not saying all the fights are the same. You know, fights change. He's gonna fight right now Mario Abel Cázares, and he was supposed to fight John Ryder, who is a top 10 contender in the super middleweight division. He didn't fight John Ryder. I don't know why. He said that they didn't come into an agreement. But that was the number one contender for the title that he has. And then he chose to fight this guy. This guy who I'm going to show you something. This guy who has 12 wins, 5 by knockouts. He has 30 years old already. Okay? He has 30 years old. And the only guy he beat is a guy who is just, this guy just doesn't care anymore about boxing, man, I'm telling you. This guy who Cesar Chavez Jr. just doesn't care about boxing anymore. But take a look at all the other opposition he has had, man. None of them have a winning record. None of them. 9-8. Oh, this one, 9-8. Okay. But take a look at this one. 13-14. 6-19. 6-7. 0-1. 5-14. 1-1. 0-1. This was a debut. 9-10. 0-10 was his first opponent. Okay? So he chose to fight this guy. He chose to fight this guy who talks a lot. This guy talks a lot. This guy's not a great fighter or a great prospect. He's 30 years old, man. 30 years old. Okay? So let's go back to David Morel. Let's go back. Okay? Let's go back. Let's take a look at this guy. Mike Gabrowski. Okay, so Mike Gabrowski lost to David Morel in the third round. David Morel knocked him out in the third round. Okay. But take a look who else knocked this guy out in the third round. Take a look. He's gonna fight now a guy who's 15 and 11. He fought this guy. He fought this guy 9-1. He fought this guy 7-12. He fought Jesse Hart and got knocked out in the third round. In the third round. Okay? And Jesse Hart fought Devin Nickerson. Devin Nickerson, who is right around here. And he had to go 7 rounds to knock him out. And with the help of the referee. And I say it, and I'm going to say this once again, with the help of the referee. Okay? And I got the evidence there to show it to you. I got the evidence there to show it to you. Okay? So if we go back to David Morrell, we can take a look at this guy who David Morrell beat. Allen. Okay, Lennox Allen. 22-0-1. He had a drop. Okay? He had a drop. Okay, so this guy is 35 years old. The 6'1", 78 reach, the same reach that David Morrell has. He's got no punching power. He fought David Morrell when he was 2-0. Okay? He fought this guy, was the other good fighter he beat by unanimous decision in 10 rounds. But take a look at all the other guys he fought. 16-23, 24-8, 7-6, 14-1, 17-8, 19-14, 7-1, 7-14, 7-0, 17-15, 9-9, 3-6, 4-11, 16-18, 4-11, 2-1, 6-3, 1-0. This one was a debut. 1-2, 7-14, and 1-2. Take a look at that. He fought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's count it again. He fought 1 right here. 1. 2, okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He fought 8 guys with losing records. 8 guys with losing record. Okay? The best guy he fought was this guy right here. Derek Webster. And he beat him by decision. Okay? Who was 28-1. Okay? Derek Webster. Okay? And that guy had a chance to fight for a belt. And David Morrell with 2 fights had a chance to fight for a belt. How crazy is that? How crazy is that, man? I'm telling you, I'm asking you. I'm asking you. How many, let's take a look at this guy. Let's take a look at this guy. Devin Nickerson. The other guy had 8 guys with losing records. Jesse Hart. 8 guys with losing records. Let's go to the Devin Nickerson. Devin Nickerson and 1 guy with an even record. Devin Nickerson had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Just like the guy. Just like that, like Lennox Allen. 8 guys with losing records. Okay? But take a look at his punching power. 23-20. He had 3 losses before fighting Edgar Berlanga. But against who? He lost against Edgar Berlanga by unanimous decision. He got knocked out by Jesse Hart, right? He had won 5 fights in a row before losing to Edgar Berlanga. Okay? He lost to Jesse Hart. He lost to this guy in a split decision. And he lost down all the way down here to this guy by TKO in the 6th. And it was a 6 round fight to this guy. That was in his I think his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 in his 11th fight. He lost by knockout in the 6th against a guy 5-5. Okay. So I really think that Demon Nicholson is a better boxer, a better puncher than not a better boxer, but a better puncher than Allen, than Lennox Allen. Okay. Sí, Shakur Stevenson ganó, José, eso es verdad. Shakur Stevenson ganó, familia. Ganó la peleita y ganó muy bien. Shakur, mira, ayer nos fuimos de 4-0. Nos fuimos de 4-0. Mira, ganó un boricuita, ahora mismo no me acuerdo el nombre de él, ganó Pedraza, ganó Sander Sayas y yo le digo half-breed a Shakur Stevenson porque el papá de él era boricua, yo creo que murió, era boricua. Y o sea que él es mitad boricua, él tiene sangre boricua. Y o sea que nos fuimos de 4-0 ayer, los boricuas ganaron todo ganaron. Así que we did great, man, we did great, José. Ayer we did fantastic. It was something just special, real special. Let's go over here so I can show you how this guy got his knockout against Demon Nicholson, Jesse Hart. I'm gonna keep showing the same things, man, because there are people who don't like to accept the reality. Okay, the reality, because it is real, man. It is real. How can you put a fighter, and the fighter knows he was knocked down because he put his gloves on the floor. If you put your gloves on the floor, that's a knockdown. But the referee said that he just let Jesse Hart just come over him and just beat up on the guy. He's not supposed to do that. He's not supposed to
let his hands go. Get close. Don't allow Hart to tie him up. Work his hands and stay close.
What is he ruling?
He didn't go down.
Gloves touched the
He didn't go down.
Seventh round he's on. Lifting him up and racing with the right hand. That has to be a knockdown.
Nicholson was on his back. He thought he was knocked down, and the referee has to get in the middle and just let the guys get ready because there's this saying that a boxer has got to protect himself all the time. You gotta protect yourself all the time. But the thing is, when Mayweather knocked out Victor Ortiz, I think it was, they were both one in front of the other. The referee couldn't let this guy do that. Watch this again. Watch it again.
And it is. That's a kind of surrender. As he crumbles. Does he want more? What is he doing? He doesn't want anymore.
And that referee is crazy because he counted the guy 10. The guy lost. And he's telling him to stand up. And then he asked him if it's okay. The guy lost. How can you do that? The referee, I think that this referee was smoking weed, man. I'm telling you, he was smoking weed.
He just quit.
Why was he talking to the ref? That's it. He wanted to fight. He shouldn't be talking to the ref. But what is Sean Paul doing? The referee. It's either a
being to let his hands go. Get close. Don't allow Hart to tie him up. Work his hands and stay close.
Well, he goes. He's walking to the corner. The referee is calling him, but you know that there are many people screaming, so he's not gonna hear him. Take a look at it, and then he lets this guy. He's supposed to hold this guy right there. where he happened, right there, and get you and be sure that the fighter is ready to fight. But he just let Jesse Hart just jump the guy and beat him up. Take a look.
What is he ruling there?
He didn't go down.
Those gloves touch the canvas.
He didn't go down.
And here comes Hart looking to finish. 7th round. He's on the attack. Backing him up and tracing with the right hand. That has to be a knockdown. And it is. That's a kind of surrender. As he crumbles. Does he want more?
8, 9, 10.
What is he doing?
11.
He doesn't want any
12.
more.
Quit.
13.
He just quit.
14.
Why was he talking to the ref? That's it.
What is he asking?
To the ref. But what is Sean Paul
Why is he asking the guy?
the referee? It's either a 10 count.
Being and let his hand.
You see, how can the referee be counting the guy when the guy didn't get up in time? Even when you think the guy is okay, you cannot let the guy keep fighting. You just cannot do that. But it was the referee's fault, and the referee knew that. The referee knew that it was his fault. He let Jesse Hart just beat up on Nickerson, and then he tried to fix the mistake he made by giving Nickerson a chance, or trying to give Nickerson a chance. But you don't do that. You just don't do that. You gotta make sure that the fighters are ready. You gotta make sure the fighters are ready. If the fighters are not ready, you cannot let the guy just beat up on the other guy. You just gotta be sure that they're one in front of the other, and that they're two ready. You gotta ask them. Ask them, are you ready to fight? Are you ready? Okay, just like in the UFC. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's get it on. It's the same thing. It's just the same thing. Okay? So how in the world can you let a fighter beat up on another guy just like that? How can you do that? How can you do that? It's crazy. I'm telling you, it's crazy. You cannot do that. So it is. I'm telling you, it is crazy that you can have referees just taking over the fights and doing whatever they want to do. That is the same thing that I said in the Deontay Wilder fight against Tyson Fury. The referee just let Tyson Fury do whatever he wanted to do against Deontay Wilder. Whatever he wanted to do. Tyson Fury did everything he wanted to do. Referees are just sometimes just don't do their job correct, and they're not. I know they're not perfect. They're not perfect. They're gonna make mistakes, but at the same time, they gotta make sure. It's the same thing with Jack Reese in the first fight between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. The guy hit the floor really hard, and the guy started counting the guy. Jack Reese was you cannot count because the guy just hit the floor real hard. You have to stop that fight. The guy was on the floor just with his head just like he was knocked out. He counted the guy like 13 as well. He just helped the guy. He helped the Tyson Fury get his draw against Deontay Wilder. Super Boricua Warrior, saludo familia. Welcome in, saludo. Aquí estamos. We're here over here again. Once again, I'm waiting for this guy Daniel, this Cuban guy who was talking about this yesterday, but he hasn't shown up. I want to talk to him about this. I want to talk to the guy about this, because I just asked a couple of questions. Who's the better prospect? Well, Edgar Berlanga is the better prospect because he just became prospect of the year last year. Who's the better puncher? Edgar Berlanga is the better puncher. Okay? Who's the better draw? Edgar Berlanga is the better draw. Okay? Edgar Berlanga has his fan base. David Moreno is not known. I just showed a game right there where they show Edgar Berlanga as one of the next stars in boxing. Okay, even Mikey Garcia said that Edgar Berlanga was the next superstar in boxing, and that Canelo Alvarez is going to need Edgar Berlanga in the future. Canelo Alvarez is going to need Edgar Berlanga in the future. He's going to need him. Edgar Berlanga is the guy. He's the guy who's going to start making money in boxing. Money, 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 money. I want some money. And he's gonna be the guy that everybody will want to fight. Everybody. Right now, the fighters of the fight Edgar Berlanga want more money. They ask for more money. If you want me to fight this guy who is such a big puncher, you gotta pay me. You gotta pay me a lot of money. I'm not gonna go in there to get beat up just for a couple of bucks. You gotta pay me. They have to pay Devin Nickerson more money. Berlanga is definitely the top prospect in my opinion at 168. That's right. That's right. And we're not saying that David Moreno is he's a great fighter. And I can tell you that I'm with my guy all the way. But if there's a guy who could beat Edgar Berlanga in the future, right there is David Moreno. Because the guy's got a longer reach. The guy can box. He's a lefty. He's not. He doesn't have the same punching power that Edgar Berlanga, where he can punch. You know, he's a crafty guy. He's kind of dirty. You know, you got to go in there with this guy and just get ready to rumble. You know, just get ready to just go at it against him. Because he's not taller than Edgar Berlanga, but he's got 78 arm reach, and Edgar Berlanga has 73. So he's got a big advantage there. But that doesn't matter because like I said before, Mike Tyson never had a reach advantage against anybody. Against anybody, not even the height advantage. He was knocking out Edgar Berlanga just has to go in and hit the guy in the body. If you cannot knock out a guy in the head, you can knock him out in the body. So Edgar Berlanga has got those advantages against David Morel. He's got more power. He's a better prospect right now. He's a bigger draw. Okay. And in boxing, we can say that David Morel could have a slight advantage because he's got a longer reach. He's a lefty. Lefty fighters are hard to beat. They're hard to beat. He's a Cuban, and he's got a Cuban amateur that is great. And we know Cubans are always great in international sports. They're great. Because this guy was saying something yesterday that he's kind of right, let's say. Because he said that not all the best fighters from Cuba come to the US. But if the US knows that there's a fighter over there that is good, or a baseball player or a basketball player, you're going to find a way to get him and bring him to the States. If the guy wants to come to the States, he's going to come to the States. They're going to find a way to get him over here. Okay? So Edgar Berlanga's got the support of his fans, and that is something that is really important for you to have the support of your fans. If you go in to a stadium and that stadium is full of Puerto Ricans supporting your opponent, and you have a couple of Cubans over there cheering for you, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. You need to have many people cheering for you. That's going to motivate you. That's going to motivate you. If you're good, you're good. I understand that, but you need to get motivated. You need to have people motivating you, people to be there and support you and to be cheering for you. And that's something that is going to. Why do you think that Tyson Fury didn't want to fight Deontay Wilder in in this COVID era, where when he said he didn't want to fight Deontay Wilder without fans, because he knows that his fan base is bigger. He knows that Tyson Fury knows that his fan base is bigger than Deontay Wilder's fan base. He knows that. He knows that, and that's why he said, "No, I'm not going to fight without fans. My fans deserve to be there watching me fight." So he's not a dumb guy, you know. He knows that having your fans with you is something that is going to motivate you. It's like when you're a little kid, they take you to play baseball or to play basketball or any sport. You're going to want to see your family there with you. If you're alone without your family, it's not the same thing. You're not going to be you're not going to just look as good. If you're good, you're not going to look as good as you really are because your family is not there with you. Lo que pasa es que los latinos siempre apoyan lo de ellos. Los mexicanos van a apoyar a Canelo, los cubanos a Morel y los boricuas a Berlanga. Así mismo es. Así mismo es. Pero fíjate, en este sentido, yo lo que estoy queriendo decirle, Super Boricua Warrior, es que cuando tú ves cubanos, aunque ¿verdad? Cubanos no han habido tanto, ¿verdad? Tan buenos como los mexicanos y los puertorriqueños, pero que tú no ves como que ese apoyo de parte de los cubanos hacia los boxeadores cubanos no se ve. Digo, por lo menos yo no he visto, ¿verdad? Así como cuando a los mexicanos, que los que están ese estadio se llena de mexicanos bien brutal, y a los puertorriqueños, como en el Madison Square Garden, o sea, están los boricuas ahí metidos, se llena bien brutal también. Tú sabes, que no se ve ese apoyo de parte de los cubanos hacia sus boxeadores. O sea, en Estados Unidos hay muchos cubanos. Hay muchos cubanos en Estados Unidos, pero no se ve ese verdadero apoyo, tú sabes, como los mexicanos y los puertorriqueños a sus boxeadores. Tú sabes, que no sé por qué es, de verdad, no sé por qué es, pero es así. O sea, porque si vamos a poner que en Miami es donde más cubanos hay, ¿verdad? Pues si tú eres un boxeador, tú vas a pelear en Miami. Pues yo voy a pelear en Miami porque ahí es donde está mi gente. Ahí es donde está mi gente. O sea, yo voy a Miami a pelear. Voy a buscar un estadio o un sitio ahí donde yo pueda pelear, donde mi gente pueda ir a ver y me puedan apoyar. Pero eso no se ve. Ahora mismo, mira, ¿dónde peleó Berlanga la última vez con la gente de él, con todos los boricuas? En Kissimmee, ¿verdad? Porque en Kissimmee, Florida, es donde más boricuas hay. Le dicen Little Puerto Rico, le dicen a Kissimmee, Florida. Y ya nosotros vimos cómo se puso eso ahí, o sea, que se llenó bien brutal, tú sabes. Ellos buscan, ¿sabes? Tú tienes que buscar donde está tu gente. Ya cuando llega el momento de ir a Las Vegas, porque ahí es donde más chavos hay, donde más dinero hay, pues ahí los boricuas, van a llegar los boricuas ahí hasta Las Vegas, llegan los boricuas. Los boricuas se tiran donde sea a ver a los peleadores. Ahora, no podemos ganar a los mexicanos porque se sabe que Las Vegas está más cerca de México y de California que Puerto Rico. Y como quiera que sea, si hay que pelear en Las Vegas, ahí van a haber más mexicanos que boricuas, de calle. Tú sabes, y eso es lo que está pasando ahí. ¿Sabes? That's what is happening. Tú sabes, that Puerto Ricans will support their fighters all the way. And Mexicans will support their fighters. But if Edgar Berlanga fights in Madison Square Garden, you can be damn sure there are going to be more Puerto Ricans than Mexicans. If Edgar Berlanga fights a good Mexican in Madison Square Garden, there are going to be more Puerto Ricans. Why? Because in New York, there are more Puerto Ricans. Much more. Just like in Florida. The same thing. The same thing. Right now in Florida, there's more Puerto Ricans than Cubans. And that was the capital of Cubans in the United States. At least Miami. At least Miami. Not the whole Florida, you know, but at least Miami. But right now, Puerto Ricans are just everywhere, man, everywhere. Es verdad, y por cápita nosotros somos el número 1 en boxeo. Lo que pasa es que México tiene 130, eso así, 150 en el mundo. Así cualquiera tiene campeones con tanta gente. Eso es así, eso es así. ¿Cómo tú vas a competir con, how can you compete against that? ¿Cómo tú puedes competir contra eso? There's no way to compete against that. ¿Sabes? Mucho hacemos nosotros con solamente entre Puerto Rico y los Estados Unidos. Yo creo que hay como 9 millones, o 9 millones máximo. ¿Tú sabes? ¿Cómo nosotros vamos a competir contra de 130, 150, una población de mexicanos que están tan cerca de los Estados Unidos? ¿Sabes? Es imposible, imposible podemos competir contra eso, pero contra eso competimos. Contra eso competimos. O sea, it doesn't matter. We're still competing against these guys, against these people. Even when they're much more Mexicans than Puerto Ricans, much more. We still compete against them. We have many Puerto Rican champions. If you count the Puerto Rican champions against the Mexican champions, I don't think that there's such a big advantage in favor of the Mexicans. I don't think so. No, it is crazy, man. It is crazy, but this is true. In Puerto Rico, we have so many things. So many things. We got great actors. We got great athletes. We got great singers. Right now, this thing that reggaeton that came out of Puerto Rico. That came out of Puerto Rico. The biggest reggaetoneros are from Puerto Rico. And the most famous ones. Puerto Rico is small in size, but it is big in heart. It is big in heart. You know, and I'm proud to call myself a Puerto Rican. En el mundo lo más que hay son 10 millones de boricuas y cuidado si es menos. Por eso digo que somos unos monstruos en boxeo. Así mismo es. Así mismo es, Super Boricua Warrior. No, y no solamente, mira, no solamente eso. Puede ser que ahora mismo, el mejor pelotero de las grandes ligas es Boricua. ¿Quién es? Javi Baez. Javi Baez es el mejor pelotero de las grandes ligas. Ese tipo está brutal, brother. Le dicen el mago, imagínate. Ese tipo está brutal. Y ya tú sabes todos los peloteros buenos que han habido en las grandes ligas. Ahora mismo tenemos a este chamaquito, ¿cómo que se llama él? Edwin. Edwin, que juega con los Mets, que es el pitcher, el closer de los Mets. Ese chamaquito jugó con el hijo mío, él es de Naguao también. De Naguao, de un barrio de Naguao. And he played with my kid. And the kid plays with the New York Mets. He started playing with I think it was with the Seattle Mariners. And then he played I think he played with another team, and now he's playing with the Mets. The guy is a great pitcher, man, a great closer, one of the best, if not the best right now. Because there was this Cuban guy who was throwing a 100 miles per hour when the Cubs won the World Series. This lefty was Chapman. That guy, man, was I don't know where that guy is right now. I know he went with the Yankees after he won the World Series with the Cubs. But right now, the best closer is Edwin. Edwin Diaz is his name. They call him Sugar. I'm telling you, we have great. We have, take a look, mira este chamaco Baez, mano. ¿Cómo que se llama? Baez, el nombre, no me acuerdo el nombre, el baloncelista chiquitito de Boricua. Buenísimo. Buenísimo. Ya yo creo que se retiró, pero he was a great basketball player, man. I'm telling you, man, with Puerto Rico is I'm telling you, it's great. I feel proud to be a Puerto Rican, man. I feel proud to be a Puerto Rican. I feel proud to be an American, and I feel proud to be a Puerto Rican from Puerto Rico. And I feel proud to support my people. I'm going to support my people to the end. And I may support some other fighters. I may support like I support Deontay Wilder, who's right there with Edgar Berlanga. The two of them are my two favorite fighters. My two favorite fighters, Edgar Berlanga and Deontay Wilder. Why? Because they're punchers. Edgar Berlanga can box better than Deontay Wilder because Deontay Wilder started real late in boxing, and he still won a bronze medal in the Olympics. He still won a bronze medal. He has never been a boxer. He's a puncher. He's got a pretty good jab. He's a long guy, you know. But the thing is that he's great. Y muchas veces ganamos en baloncesto y pelota y también los otros latinos son fanáticos de nuestra música. Es más, hasta los gringos son fanáticos, sí. Así mismo es. Mira el tipo este Bad Bunny, mano, que a mí no me gusta, yo te lo digo, te soy bien sincero. A mí Bad Bunny no me gusta, bro. El tipo canta horrible, el tipo lo que canta es un montón de loquera. Pero mira lo famoso que está ese hombre, brother. Bad Bunny is crazy that this guy, how famous this guy is, man. It's crazy. I like Daddy Yankee. I like Daddy Yankee. But I like this other kid. What's his name? ¿Cómo se llama? De la Ghetto. I like De la Ghetto. I like Wisin and Yandel when they were together, and right now they sing it by themselves. I like them as well. But this Bad Bunny guy, man, I don't like that guy, man. That guy's crazy, man. I'm telling you. But he's got a really big fan base, even in the States. The guy I think the guy is working in movies. The guy is doing a lot of things, man. This guy, I don't know, man, but people are crazy, man. I'm telling you, because the guy can't sing for shit. Daddy Yankee can't sing, man. That guy, he's got his style, you know. He's got his style. He sings pretty fast. He knows how to tú sabes, ¿cómo se dice? Rimar. O sea, él rima la canción y canta rápido y actually, he's great. Daddy Yankee is great, man. I'm telling you, he's great. Daddy Yankee for me is the best reggaetonero from Puerto Rico. The best one. We have had some others in Don Omar, and Teo Calderón, and this other guy, what's his name? We got a lot, man. I think in Puerto Rico, it's the country that has more reggaetoneros, man. It is the country that has the more. No other country has more reggaetoneros than Puerto Rico. No other country. They're all millionaires, all of them. It's crazy, man. It's crazy how these people win that kind of money, man. And I have never been a fan of reggae or reggaeton or whatever, you know. I've never been. My kids are fan of these guys. Right now, my oldest son, who is 27, he likes reggae more than my youngest son likes The Weeknd. He likes this other singers in English. But man, I'm telling you, Daddy Yankee es el rey de la música urbana. Eso es así. En Latinoamérica, sin Yankee, Bad Bunny no existe. Eso es así. Daddy Yankee fue el que empezó. He was the one who started. Eso es así, Super Boricua Warrior. Tienes razón. Daddy Yankee fue el que empezó, ese fue el que le dio la fama, la fama a the urban music, a la música urbana, the reggae in Puerto Rico was Daddy Yankee. He was the man who made that music just you know, did do great in Puerto Rico and in the whole world. I'm telling you, Daddy Yankee is the man. I would like to see Daddy Yankee coming out with Edgar Berlanga in one fight, singing, man. That would be great. I would like to see that. Daddy Yankee, man, I'm telling you, he's the top guy right here. Right now, he's not singing a lot because the guy is just, you know, he's just made already. He's got money, he's got his family, he's got it all, you know. He doesn't need to keep just working so hard when he's already, you know, he's done his life already. You know, He's got everything. Daddy Yankee's the man. He's the man. And I would love to see Daddy Yankee come out with these fighters, with Edgar Berlanga, with Sander Sayas, with this top Puerto Rican fighters coming out singing for them. Just like this guy did for Canelo. What's his name? El otro tipo este de Colombia, from Colombia, the guy, ¿cómo se llama? Nicky Jam es boricua también, boricua y colombiano, Nicky Jam, ¿verdad? Pero yo el que digo es ya, hermano, se me olvidó. El colombiano, the Colombian guy. That guy came out singing for Canelo Alvarez in a fight. But in Canelo Alvarez's last fight, I think it was, or in the fight against I think it was in his last fight, or in the fight against Abney Jordan. Let me see if I remember his name. The guy, man, I'm telling you, it is just great to see Edgar Berlanga doing so well. Right now, I think he's gonna take some time to be with his family. That's what I think, because I was like, what's going on with Edgar? Why does Edgar Berlanga has to wait so much to fight in September? You know, when he didn't get hurt in his last fight, he was okay. He won an easy fight. He went 8 rounds, but he didn't get hit so hard to take so much of it time. J Balbi fue exacto, that's the guy. Que Edgar Berlanga dijo, está bien, pues que si está con él, pues que se vaya con él, voy a botar los tenis que yo tengo del tío Edgar Berlanga. Edgar Berlanga dijo así. Pero acuérdate que esto es todo por this money, ¿sabes? Esto es por dinero, money. Si Canelo le paga a buenos chavos, pues él va a estar ahí. Canelo tiene para pagar. ¿Sabes? Que a la hora de la verdad, lo que habla es los verdes, son los que hablan, los verdes. If you don't have those green little guys, you won't get the singers. We know that Edgar Berlanga is going to have the money. He's going to have the money. Maybe he doesn't have it right now, but let's just give Edgar Berlanga a couple, or like 3 or 4 more fights, and you will see him just getting the big cash and getting all of this. And right now, he's got a great friendship with Snoop Dogg, 50 Cent, this Fat Joe, Lil Wayne. Any of those guys would come out with Edgar Berlanga, singing for Edgar Berlanga. Any of those guys. I'm positive. They're friends of Edgar Berlanga, man. They're friends of him. Maybe he's not bringing them out because I think in the last Edgar Berlanga fight, I think it was Fat Joe who came out singing. I think it was Fat Joe. But more or less, that really doesn't matter for me. What really matters for me is that Edgar Berlanga keeps fighting and doing well, and I think that the reason, because I was thinking that Edgar Berlanga got injured or something like that. That is why they're gonna have to wait till September to fight. But thinking again, just clearing my head. I think that Edgar Berlanga is going to take this time to be with his newborn son and his wife. That is why Edgar Berlanga is going to take this time to be with his family. That's why Edgar Berlanga is going to fight in September, because that's what Luis Berlanga told me in one of my last videos. That's what he told me. Because they were thinking about fighting in the end of July or August. And right now, they're thinking of fighting at the end of August or September. And I think that's the reason. Edgar Berlanga wants to be with his family and wants to pass time with his family, and just it is, when you have your first son, it is something really, really special, man. It is special. I remember when I had my first son, man, that was something great, man. Something great. It was something great, and something that is a gift from God. It is a gift from God, family. So I hope that he can enjoy his boy. His name is Chosen, and may God bless his son, his family, and may God keep blessing him and all the other Puerto Rican fighters, so we can get some champions, because we need some champions now. We need champions. We're gonna get them real soon. Okay, family. So that's all I have, family. This is my last live stream. Tomorrow I just go back making my videos, and I'll be back. I'll be back next week. Okay, Saturday next week. Okay, family. I want to thank Puerto Rico Word for being there. I want to thank Jose R, who was there as well at the beginning, and all the other people who tune in. I was waiting for this guy, Daniel something was his name, this Cuban guy, but he didn't show up. So it will be next time, okay? But remember, Tocayo, remember, you gotta understand that Edgar Belanga is the guy right now. And I'm not saying that David Morales is a bad fighter. He's another great prospect, and we'll see who's the best. We'll see. But I will bet everything on my guy. Everything. Okay? So thanks a lot, family, once again. Okay? I will see you tomorrow once again. Okay? So God bless Israel. God bless the United States of America. God bless your family. Okay? I will see you in my next video.